The unknown has been speculated since the dawn of time. Of course, the unknown has always been disregarded as either rumors or just madness. In the pillager days, well, not pillager, in the pilgrim days where there was only sticks and stones and all that, there have been speculations of witchcraft, pagan rituals, and more. Today I'm going to be talking about the possibly real horrors and the fictional horrors that I have made in old role plays online. These, of course, are called original characters, or for short, OCs. But enough of that. Let's get right into the video. In the 17 or 1800s, several women were burned or hung for witchcraft. Of course, this was a very controversial period of time, mostly because of the fact that men at the time were always supposed to be superior. But, of course, this is still controversial. And I will not go into that. But yes, millions, well, not millions, lots and lots of women were burned and hung because of possible witchcraft. Now, witchcraft at the time was speculated and called the devil's work. Yeah, I don't. I don't make the information. I just follow what I've been told. But, anyways, let's continue. The reason why it was called the devil's work was because during a trial of witchcraft, I think an old woman was confessing that she indeed did commit acts of witchcraft. And from reports that I've read, I've heard from BuzzFeed, the devil, possibly, she was possessed by the devil. And, there's more information to it, but I just don't remember it. But she did snap out of her trance, I do believe, and she was later released from custody. Moving on, we're going to talk about the Navajo legend called the Skinwalker. The Skinwalker, from Navajo lore, is a monster or demon that if they possessed or if it possesses a form of DNA like urine, fecal matter, hair, spit, aka saliva, or any other form of DNA like blood or skin or anything, they could curse the individual its DNA is from, and possibly even the family of that DNA line. But this is always a controversial and, of course, feared matter. In Navajo lore, you are not supposed to talk about this creature, or it will hunt you down. But it is also stated that in order for it to hunt you down, it first has to be summoned through a ritual of sorts. Now this ritual turns the person it does into a skinwalker. And it can either curse or kill a individual. Of course, there have been many reports from online writers that skinwalkers are in northern Illinois and other states of the United States of America, but which is a very controversial topic of discussion, mostly because the Navajo reservation is in Arizona. But I don't remember the area of Arizona it is located. Of course, there have been multiple encounters that are possibly true of the Skinwalker. Of course, this is just rumors and or real events from writers. I wouldn't go as far to say that they are true, but I wouldn't go as far to say that they're not true. Mostly because I wasn't there and I don't know for a fact that they are true. People who actually talk about the Skinwalker can have dreams. Well, some people who actually talk about the Skinwalker have stated that they have had nightmares of incidents with the Skinwalker, with a Skinwalker, I mean, and have actually either encountered it or something along those lines. I wouldn't go as far to say that these are true, same as the last bit of information that I've just given, but again, I wouldn't go as far to say that's not true, mostly because I am not one of these individuals. But last year, when I did talk about the Skinwalker, I actually did have a nightmare about me encountering a Skinwalker near the forest by my old house. But I also do have a possible encounter, which I don't know if I've talked about on this channel or not. But anyways, I'm going to talk about it anyways. So back at my old house, there was a park nearby it. I would always go to this park, mostly because I'm a restless sleeper. I mean, I don't usually sleep. And when I do, it's due to sheer fatigue and exhaustion. So I would always go on late night walks to help with this. And yes, I usually slept in class, but don't judge me. One night while I was walking on the road, to get to the park, in front of to my northeast, meaning in front of me, but slightly to the right, I heard an unholy and possibly man-made scream. But it didn't sound exactly human. It sounded like a mix between an animal scream and something else. I don't know what made the scream, but at the same time, I don't want to know. When I heard the scream, I instantly felt fear that it was a Skinwalker, but at the same time, I don't know for sure, nor I don't think I ever will, and I don't think I want to know. But after I heard the scream, I think like a second or two after the scream was inaudible, I heard multiple barks from coyotes directly in front of me, but multiple meters away. I'm talking maybe 30, 40, maybe 50 meters away. Of course, I turned tail and ran home. Stayed up all night. In my room, of course. I didn't know for sure what in God's name caused that scream, nor do I ever really want to. Of course, there are many speculations that it could be a Skinwalker. At the same time, I don't know for sure, nor do I really want to know for sure. Of course, there could be many creatures that have caused this, that have maybe made the scream, like, for an instance, maybe the rake, or something else. I don't know. But whenever I think back on that event, I always feel dread and fear that maybe what made that scream is still out there and knows where I'm at. But anyways, moving on, we're going to be talking about the Wendigo and the Wendigo. Now, before we talk about the Wendigo, we're going to be talking about the Wendigo. Now, the Wendigo is the spirit of a Wendigo. And the reason why I'm talking about the Wendigo is because of that. Now, in order to pretty much, what's it called, know how a Wendigo is caused, you have to know about how the Wendigo is. Now, the Wendigo, like I just said, is a spirit of the Wendigo. At least that's what lore has stated. Its location is Canada. It's Canadian Native American folklore. Of course, it's always Native American. But, jokes aside, it is stated that there are multiple things that you have to, well, I wouldn't say accomplish, but I wouldn't say, well, I mean, there are multiple things you have to do in order to become the Wendigo. Number one, you have to be very greedy. You have to be very selfish. I think that's selfish, yeah. And very hungry, I do believe. Now, once you're possessed by the Wendigo spirit, you pretty much turn into a full-on carnivore. You only eat meat. Think only raw meat. Now, of course, the human body cannot have raw meat. Otherwise, you will get sick and possibly die. Now, when you're possessed by the Wendigo, well, I mean, when you're in the transformation phase, your metabolism gets so high to the point where you are an actual skeleton. You pretty much look like you were in the Holocaust and you just got out of the camps, looking like a complete skeleton. Now, yes, there are some skin still on your bones, but you will actually get so hungry to the point where you will actually commit cannibalism. This is what makes this is what puts you being hunted by a Wendigo into play. They will hunt you down for food, and only food. They won't give you mercy. They won't give you pity. They will just simply kill you and eat you. This is because they are no longer human. Now, of course, this is just rumors, and I don't know more information than what I've given you. But there have been people who have supposedly encountered a Wendigo and survived. Again, just like the Skinwalker, possible sightings and encounters, I wouldn't go as far to say that they're true, but at the same time, I wouldn't go as far to say that they're false either, because I don't know for sure if it is real or not, and I am not the individual, one of them, who has encountered a Wendigo, and I have not been possessed by a Wendigo spirit, though I somewhat look like I have. That is a joke because, yeah. It's a joke because every time you look at me, I look slim as almighty hell. Anyways, we're gonna go to a more foreign topic, and we're gonna talk about the Chupacabra. Now, the Chupacabra is a monster or demon that takes either deer or human or anything it can find and pretty much suck the organs and possible meat out of the body. Now, you can look for images of a Chupacabra on Google, because of course this is a live stream and I can't edit this live stream and put images because that would be obstructing one's live footage. But there was a Facebook post a year or two, possibly 3 years ago, of a possible Chupacabra capture, where there was a possible Chupacabra in a mangled cage. Of course, it still couldn't get out. This, in my opinion, is controversial, mostly because we don't know for sure if it's a Chupacabra or not. Also, I don't know, also, if you're gonna ask me, has it been released, that I do not know, because of the fact that it's probably gonna be severely tested on, because it is an unknown creature that we don't know. Also, it's still very controversial that it's Chupacabra or not, but at the same time, I don't know that it is a Chupacabra, but like the other creatures, I'm not gonna go as far to say that's true, but at the same time, I'm not gonna go as far to say that it's false either, mostly because of the fact that I'm not the individuals who caught the creature. I'm not one of the individuals who caught the creature, nor will I ever possibly be. but it's either a rumor or a theory that this thing that I just talked about is a Chupacabra or not. Yes, it was caught in the place of origin for the Chupacabra, but again, I don't know for sure. I also don't know much information about the Chupacabra, but at the same time, I mean, not at the same time, but again, it's just theories and rumors that are either true or not true. But anyways, we're gonna go on to the fictional character Cthulhu. Now, if you guys don't know what or who Cthulhu is, pretty much Cthulhu is a fictional character made by H.P. Lovecraft, I do believe that's what the author's name is. And it is not true, but at the same time, there's massive speculation that it could be true. Hold on a second. Yeah? What's up? Yeah. Alright. Okay. Okay. Love you too. Bye. Alright guys, I'm gonna end the video here because something just came up and I'm gonna be leaving to go to my girlfriend's house for the weekend, I do believe. I think it's the weekend. But yeah, I will continue this in the future, possibly tonight or later. I don't know for sure. But what I do know for sure is that hit that bell, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any theories about any other creatures, and if you have any more information about any other creatures, please let me know. Also, my PlayStation ID is in the description, so if you want to check me out on PlayStation, please go into the description, go to the tags, go to my ID, aka right there. Hit it. I think you're supposed to hit it. Click on it, tap it, whatever, and then you will probably come across my profile where you can like me, not like me, follow me, and add me, text me, invite me to parties, and just hang out with me in general. You guys know my games. I also have lots more. And as always, I will see y'all later. Bye-bye.